Hello everybody. I'm about 2 minutes away from the park and we're gonna start our workout. Happy Monday. I am so tired. I just made my way back from Houston to Austin. I was helping my kids move. My ex moved with my kids from one house to another, so that was very tiring, and I just drove back, took a shower, gonna do the stream, and then going back to do some electrical work to catch up on a project I was working on. But yeah, welcome. We're about to pull up here at the park and start our workout. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. We're gonna be starting here in a minute. Hey, no name, welcome. Sheesh, what? What was that sheesh related to? Thanks for the thumbs up already from the start. Appreciate it. Hey, F22 dude. My favorite music genre? Tough question. Lately I've been listening to like house music. Hey, Ignal, welcome. During my workouts or throughout the day, because it's like a higher beat music. Hey, OS. Hey, Kim, welcome everyone. It's like a more upbeat music, I guess. House or some kind of remixed beats as well that are like more upbeat than the original tracks. It's kind of what I've been focused on. So we have an option today. You guys tell me if you have a preference. We can do legs, like I promised on Friday. We can do legs today. Lunges, squats, pistol squats. Or we can go ahead and do cardio. My chest is still a little sore, so I'm not gonna work out chest either way today. So are my forearms a little bit. So tomorrow and after tomorrow we could do upper body stuff. Today it's either legs or cardio. So if you guys have a preference, let me know. But my default right now is legs because I promised. Hey Yashin, I can't do both. Heroic Russian and European warrior music? I bet it is. I haven't listened to that kind of music in a long time. But yeah, I bet that's pretty motivating music. That's a funny name for a genre though. Heroic Russian and European warrior music. Yeah, it's pretty hot here in Austin. It's all right. As much as I want to still, hey Jacob Anthony. No, I'm in Austin, Texas. I think I've met you. No, Jacob Anthony sounds like such a familiar name. I can't see your icon here on the phone, but you sound really familiar for some reason. Yeah, I thought so. OS, I will also work your hardest cardio. Legs take so much blood that I can think it's a cardio. Man, I watched it when I was growing up. I was like 12, 14, now I'm 27. Glad to see you well healthy. Hey, David. Boj. Yeah, this is, I've been streaming 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, for the last however many weeks that is. Getting back in shape. So far, my progress has been pretty good on getting back in shape. So this is my way of tracking the progress and motivating others to kind of join me, get back in shape together. So that's kind of what motivated these streams and what we're working on lately. All right, I'm looking for my charger. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I never wear a dress code. In Russia, I was born in Siberia, the city of Krasnokamensk. But then we moved for school. Well, I started actually school there, and in 3rd grade I finished in Yessentuki, which is near the Caucasus Mountains over there. So I finished 3rd grade there, and then we moved to the United States. All right, where's my portable charger? Here, excuse me, here it is. All right, here we go. Let's go get started on our leg workout. That's a really tall chimney. I never noticed that before. See that big red pillar? Why would you need an exhaust or chimney that tall? That's crazy. No idea. We're gonna come down here in the shade because it is pretty hot out here. What do you guys want to do today? Lunges or squats? I'm leaning towards squats because we did lunges last week. 500 lunges. My son did 200 squats in one set, that workout. He said his legs hurt for like 3 days. Understandably so. So today, yeah, I'm gonna do squats, I think, as well. I think that's the best bet right now. We're 8 minutes into our stream, so we should start at 10 minutes in. It's gonna be perfect. I don't think it was that low. I don't think it was ever negative 50 degrees Celsius. I think it was negative 30, but negative 50 sounds a little too low. I don't think it ever got that cold. But I do know the city didn't have plumbing because of frostbite. Not frostbite, permafrost. That's the word I was looking for, because of permafrost. So everything freezes over, so you can't really have plumbing because everything would just freeze and all the pipes would burst underneath. Pistol lunges and squats. Pistol lunges and squats. Are pistol lunges the ones with where I elevate my back foot and go extra low? I think there's another name for them. I don't think they're called pistol lunges. Over here, the ICE police is getting real tough over here in the United States. I heard there's what are they called? Sting operations in San Antonio going on here in Texas. Here in Austin as well. apparently ICE is really cracking down. Trump really raised the panic on all the immigrants, which sucks because I do have friends that are either overstay their visa or are here for various reasons. A lot of them already got their citizenship, some didn't, but it is what it is. What's happening now over here in the US. Pistol squats, lunges, and squats, all three. I can't. If we're gonna do all three, yeah, I heard that too about the Marines to LA. ICE is everywhere. Yeah, ICE is everywhere here in Austin as well. Crazy stuff going on. All right, guys, you ready? Let's start. Last time, I don't remember how many squats we did. I think my maximum squats per set was 120. So as long as we beat 120 in one set, we'll set a new PR and we'll be good. And I'll be happy with that. And I'm gonna go for a total of 500 squats today, minimum. So above 500 is what I'm aiming for. 200 would be the absolute minimum. 500 would be the absolute minimum. So here we go. Go a little lower. Boom. And I'm doing regular squats right now. I'm gonna go for a set of 130 is what I'm aiming for. And my legs are gonna hate me tomorrow, but it is what it is. Wolfgang Pavel the Anvil. That's funny. You guys ready to start this with me? So I weighed in today. I'm still, I think, at 173 pounds. 173, 173 and a half. So I'm still fluctuating in that window of 173. I was 171, between 170 and 171 when we started. So I'm on average about 2.5, 3 pounds heavier, but I feel much stronger. And I do think I lost a little bit of belly fat. So overall, our body recomp is going well. My strength is good, and here we go. $130. Let's go. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 150. Get some water. First set 150. New PR. Hey, Lionel. Thank you. What's up, Waylon? We just did 150 squats. We're gonna do 5 sets. Gotta hit 600 today total. We'll see how that goes. I'll go get water right now. It does feel like running a mile. Nice job, Wild. Thanks for following along. My quads are so stiff right now. So stiff. Cami, you should do them with me. and everybody else watching should follow along. Even if you can't do my rep ranges, do what you can. That's why I'm doing these workouts live, so you guys can all follow along. Wow, I'm shocked how out of breath I am. Yeah, I believe that. The bigger the muscle group, the more testosterone your body releases during the healing process and post-workout. Nice job, Austin. Andrew, baby boy, you're funny. Yeah, it is, Leona. I agree. Working legs is boring and hard. It's the worst of both worlds. Let me get some water. All these workouts I'm doing that are live, they're all boring workouts. But it's the stuff that they don't show you in the videos, you know what I mean? Like, back when I posted YouTube videos, you always saw my best. You saw stuff I already achieved, like one person called it peacocking, where you just show how amazing I am at this and that and the other thing. But nobody sees the boring stuff you do every day that you guys are now watching on stream. This is the boring stuff you have to do every day to get that good at anything. What's up, Christian? I come back to YouTube 6 weeks ago. I'm doing better mentally is the main reason. People asking why. I did divorce 2 years ago, so now I'm more free, I guess, and in a better mind space, because I wouldn't call it wasn't necessarily a happy marriage. Now I'm out, I'm better, I'm back, and we're gonna work out together, set new records. Hey, Mike J, welcome back. All right, let's go for our second set. I got the water I needed. I'm gonna go start do another set of squats. Did I miss? You love the boring stuff, Austin. You're ahead of everybody if that's what you love. Because if you love it and you do it, you can get better than everybody else. OS, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, we just use our legs the most. So if your arms get weak, it doesn't impact your life as much as your legs getting weak. Because you have to walk everywhere, but you don't necessarily have to lift heavy things all the time. So your arms can atrophy. You'll still be kind of okay. But the moment your legs atrophy, you fall and hurt yourself. So I'd say whole body is very important. I wouldn't say one over the other. But yeah, if there's anything you can save at the end, what's up, Mike J? Anything you can save at the end, it better be your legs at least. But hopefully everything, not just legs. Hopefully we carry this into old age, you know what I mean? Also, I'm very hopeful. And the man is more important than the chest and arms. Nice. You can do jump rope with us next time, Mike. Everybody should get a jump rope. And next time we do jump rope day, You guys can all follow along on jump rope day. It'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna attempt another set of 150. I know that's very, very optimistic of me, maybe delusional, but if we don't try, we won't know what we're capable of. So I might quit at 100, but I'm still gonna aim for 150. Eating 2 bananas right before my workout was not a good idea. Jumping with your knees to your chest. Yeah, I used to do that. So ever since we started working out, I've had like a weird feeling in my knees. I don't know what's causing it, but I felt like a strong tension in my knee ligaments, tendons or ligaments. I don't know which one it is that's hurting. But because of that, I've been very slow. Like even when I just started squats right now on this last set, if you noticed, I was doing them slowly. I wasn't like going up, down, even though that's the easier thing. It's because my knee is feeling a little weird. I don't want to go fast and injure it. And both my knees have been feeling a little tight ever, for the past 6 weeks, ever since we started this. My worst injury was when I did a 35-mile run once, slightly longer than a marathon. And I did it with zero preparation. I just did it with, we had a bet with my friends who can go for that far of a run without prep. And I was like, I can do it. And so I did not run as much as some of my other friends. It was like a group of like 6 people we went. And one of them ran the first 16 miles. He went to be he went to work for, I think, National Guard or something like that. He ran the whole first 16 miles nonstop. I did partial runs. Like I would run a little, walk a little, run a little, walk a little. The last 15 miles I walked. 100% of it I walked all the way home. Needless to say, it was with no preparation. I injured my knees big time. I walked on crutches for like 3 weeks after that because I literally felt sharp pain in my knees. So I'd say, apart from breaking my arm, which was a much longer recovery but much easier to get by, it was my left arm. The knee injury was my worst. That was like self-caused actual injury. The arm break was an accident. We were playing tag and I tripped and fell, and the guy running behind me fell on my arm and broke it in half down my forearm. Both bones just like snapped, both of them. But that was an accident, so I wouldn't call that an injury. That was just like an accident bone break. But actual self-caused workout injury, definitely the 35-mile run with no prep was my worst. Both of those were back when I was in high school. Both arms were broken. I was in seventh grade. I was in 7th grade, I believe, for both arms. And for my knees, I was either junior or senior in high school, so I was 17 or 18 years old. So that was those were my worst injuries to recover from. The arm took 6 months to recover from because it was a complete break. It wasn't a fracture. It wasn't one bone fractured. Both bones completely sheared off and broke off all the little pieces where it attaches back, pop. And so I put him back, and the shock of it, like I came up and my arm was like this, and I was like, what in the world? And I got scared and I pulled it and I hit it back into place, and I heard crack, and I cracked back into place. They told me when we went back to the hospital and they took x-rays, they're like, we can't put it back any better than what you did. Like the bones are perfectly aligned, but we do need to put a cast on because all the little shards, like the teeth, you sheared them off, you broke them off. So your bones are kind of loose right now. So we have to put a cast on. You're gonna have to wear it for a while until the bones heal. And because any micro movement makes the bones kind of move away from each other because they're not permanently fixed, Fortress Jane. If you were in Germany, you could. I think there's no laws in Germany against girls being topless in parks. Here we go. America, yeah, is more sexist. Here we go. All right, we're going for another 150 squats. Here we go. All right, guys, you ready for 150? Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 40, 41, 42, 43, 58, 59, 60, 70. 80. 90. 100. 150. 10. 20. 30. 40. 150. 150 total. I mean, 300 total. 150, second set. I can't breathe. Thank you. Who attempted it with me? Thank you, Waylon. Catching up on your comments. You guys talking? You saying I can breastfeed, Frank? What are you talking about? It is a little bit less hot today than usual. Usually it's pretty bad. Are y'all ready for another 150 squats? That's how I got injured doing that run. Pushed myself way beyond. Hey Dominic, is it going good? We're at 300 regular squats right now, body weight squats. I gotta sweat my eyes. Gotta get my shirt. That's how I got that injury. I couldn't run, but I'm like, I promised to do 35 miles. I gotta do 35 miles. And then I couldn't walk for 3 weeks without crutches. But that being said, I'm not opposed to trying another 350. Yeah, we're at a total of 300 squats right now. We're gonna go for 600. No, Jane, I think it's the same, honestly. Hey, Andy, welcome back. I think if you do body weight or weighted, squats are squats. I don't think it changes much. I'm not Goku. You just wait and see. Wait till stream 250 and we'll see about that. Hey, muscle man. We're at 300 squats right now, 2 sets of 150. We're about to go for a third set of 150 attempted. Is Tom Platz the guy that oh no, that was Greg Plitt, I think. Familiar name. The guy that died, got run over by a train. What is it called? I can't think right now. Yeah, it was Greg Plitt. Yeah, I don't know, Tom Platz. Yeah, Greg Plitt was the guy that got ran over by a train. He was one of the top performing. I can't remember the name of the sport. What's the sport called? Remind me, guys. What's the sport, the crazy sport where they do like weights and everything? Can't for the life of me remember it. Greg Plitt, CrossFit. There we go, CrossFit. Thank you, Austin. Quadzilla. CrossFit, yeah, the crazy sport is CrossFit. That's what I was thinking of. All right, guys, you ready for another 150? Let's go. If we can get 600 squats in 4 sets, that will be inhuman. That will be not only my 4 PRs in a row, right? Because I've never hit 150 in one set before, but hitting 4 sets of 150, that will be absolutely insane. So I talked about this earlier, guys. Anyone who's on steroids is gonna preach high reps because you cannot tire out your muscles on anabolic steroids on 15 reps. You just can't. It's not enough. They all stay in the 20 to 25 rep range if you're on steroids. So I don't know who this Tom Plitt or whoever his name is, but if he is not natural, of course he's gonna do high reps. It's a must. If you're on steroids, you have to do high reps. There's no other way to hit all your muscle fibers or to tire your muscles out. All right, let's go. Yeah, I'll be eating plenty of protein. Oh, thanks for all the likes, guys. Appreciate it. This might be one of my top liked streams while it's still live. 23. Here we go. Tell me to get rid of my belly. I don't have much of a belly. I just ate a huge meal. That's why it pops out when I'm not flexed. But I don't actually have a lot of belly fat. That's all I got. But it's sticking out because I had a big fat meal right now. All right, let's go. And according to anecdotal evidence, guys can breastfeed apparently. Here we go. Ready, set. We're going for another 150. I'll do the first 100 sideways so you guys can see my form. Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16,
25. 30. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. 100. 10. 20. 30. 40. 150. 1 My whole body was giving up at 100. I don't know how I did so many. My dad has been to Yakutsk, I believe. I haven't. Today was much more than 1% better, Waylon. Fortress Jane, is this your first time joining the stream? I haven't seen your name on here before. Hey, Danny Travolta. Welcome back. Русский язык не забыл. Я сейчас занимаюсь каждый день в прямом эфире с понедельника по пятницу в 7 часов вечера по техасскому времени. Oh, awesome. Welcome. No music, no fans, no air conditioning. Nothing over here, dude. This is caveman days over here, Stone Age. Working out with no equipment. Literally doing squats under the sun. Liver King would be jealous from how natural this is. I would put music on my streams, but they keep marking it for copyright when I have music playing, so I kind of have to keep the nature sounds in here. What's the guy? Get David Goggins would say, it's all right here. You need music, your mind isn't strong enough. Who's gonna carry the boats when there's no music around? What a meme. What's up, Groovy Diego? Welcome. We're at 450 squats right now, body weight squats. And we're gonna attempt our last set of 150 squats in a second here. We did 3 sets of 150 on live right now. I'm taking a short break. I'm gonna attempt my 4th set of 150 squats. That's the most squats I've ever done in one set since this stream started 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, I don't know. This is the 7th week, I believe. In the last 7 weeks, 150 is my highest PR, and we were able to do 3 straight sets of 150 right now, which to me is phenomenal, and I'm gonna attempt my 4th set. Might break my knees on this one, we'll see. It's 5 minutes before 8 p.m. here in Texas. Honestly, I am very tired, fake account. Griffin, right? That's your name, fake account? I just did 3 sets of 150 squats, that's why I'm tired as hell. But we're gonna attempt one more. I keep sweating buckets. My whole shirt is wet, and I'm still. Yeah, I'm in Austin, Texas, Jane. Y'all ready for our last set coming up? Rhabdomyolysis. Do you know what rhabdomyolysis is? Rhabdomyolysis. I don't. Something had to do with muscle though. Myolysis is muscle related. How do you spell that? Rhabdomyolysis. I know myolysis is a muscle. I don't know what rhabdo. I don't know what it is. Thanks, Signal. We've been working on these arms right here. They better look jacked after all that effort we've been putting in the last 7 weeks. If they're not looking jacked after 7 weeks, what are we even doing over here, guys? Oh, the testosterone? Yeah, I gotta do it sometime soon. I don't know when though. Alright, y'all ready? We're gonna go do our last set. I'm not gonna do, I don't think my testosterone is low no matter what. If, for whatever reason, it's low at like 200 or 300 level, I would try TRT, small dose, just to bring it back to normal levels. But I won't do it for the next year 100%. I wanna get to my peak, if it's low. Like, I don't think it's low to begin with, so I don't think I'm gonna need it. If for whatever reason it comes in low, first I would try is change my diet to maximize testosterone, then test it again. If that doesn't work, I would try TRT, but only after we do this for a year and I get back to my peak level. I would try it and record my process start to finish of like how much I'm taking, when I'm taking. I'm 31 years old, Danny. I just turned 31 a couple months ago. But I would document the whole thing and see how it increases my PRs and all that other stuff. But I think my testosterone is normal though, so I'm not worried about it. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my testosterone's fine. It's where you train so hard and your muscle breaks down and little bits of it go down your bloodstream and you damage your kidneys and you'll pee blood. Rhabdomyolysis, good to know. I guess myolysis means muscle breakdown and rhabdo means urinary, huh? Urinary, something like that. I never remembered all my terminology when I was in college. As one thing I hated the most is memorizing names of stuff. All right, here we go. Let's get some rhabdomyolysis up in here with our last set. Warrior spirit, warrior mindset, right? All right. 150. I am not looking forward to this. I'm doing it till my knees break. All right? I'm doing this till my knees break. Damn, fat becomes harder to lose as the years go by. You should never overdo it. All right. Ground is becoming bare from my squats. I can always buy crutches, it's fine. It's true, they have cheap crutches for like $10 at Goodwill, I saw. So I'll be fine. I'll hop in there if anything. Here we go. Ready? Set. One. Oh, I feel that. Ouch. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. 100. 10. I'm about to throw up, so I'm pausing. I'm really feeling like throwing up. It's 20. 30. 40. 151. One 51, 601 total. I was gonna throw up like 3 times, if not more. I felt it come up. Nice job, Brandon. You did it with me. Ahora, si lo sé, que si lo sé, es porque una transmisión escuché mal. You could barely hear me on the other stream, is that what you said? Yeah, I'm 31 years old. Tengo 31 años. No, tengo 31, no 41. Nice job, Jane. Thanks for all the likes, guys. $601. Don't forget that one at the end. Nice job, Wild. Thanks for following along. I used to train until I threw up in my original videos. Lionel, tengo amigos quien tienen 50 años y tienen mismo cuerpo con mí, que mío, porque hacen muchos ejercicios también. No importa cuántos años tienes, puedes tener buen cuerpo. Did you do these high rep squats when you were younger, or is that what it takes to? Yeah, I did everything high reps. I did push-ups high reps, pull-ups high. I did everything high reps. That was just how I worked out. So I always trained volume. That was always my approach. No matter the exercise, just put in maximum volume. 500, 600, 1,000 per workout total. And then I would try to increase reps per. Oh, I'm gonna get back in shape, Latif, for sure. That's why I'm here doing this. I'm gonna get back to my peak shape in another 200 streams. Frank, we're not bodybuilding. You can get hypertrophy with higher reps for sure. They just say, what they say is, based on the studies, is that's the minimum reps you need to hit to have hypertrophy. So under 8 reps, you're probably not gonna have hypertrophy. You're gonna build strength. You're gonna build neural, like the neural connection, brain to muscle connection, which allows you to engage a higher percentage of your total muscle during a lift, which makes you much stronger. But your muscle's probably not going to hypertrophy under 8 reps. It's say 12 to 15 is the minimum you need to be doing to hit hypertrophy. And then they say anything over 15 reps, no extra hypertrophy has been shown or visible, right? If you're doing over 20, they're like, well, that's a waste of time and effort, because at 15, you're already engaging all the muscle fibers you need to engage in order to build hypertrophy. Right? That's based on the studies. So it's 12 to 15 minimum reps, and then over that, it kind of plateaus. And then if you do way over that, like if you're in 40s and 50s and 60s, then they say that you're building endurance, and your muscle building is going to plateau or drift out. What we have to remember though is they're talking per set, right? The other thing you need to remember too is they're measuring very controlled exercises. They're not, those studies, they took regular people and put them on different workout routines that were controlled and in-house. They put specific weight on all of them. Then they saw hypertrophy and all this other stuff. They're not measuring professional athletes. They're not measuring people who did this like I do it, with extremely high volume. And you saw, based on my videos, my hypertrophy. Yeah, it's anecdotal. Yeah, it's one person. But I train like an athlete. Like, I push myself hard. I'm not following a routine where it's like, oh, I'm going to do 50 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, and I'm done. Let's see if I'm on a hypertrophy. No, I push myself until I can't, like, to complete failure every time. Now, I'm not saying any of this to disprove what they're saying. I'm just saying that my method worked for me, not only to get me extremely much stronger than I was, but also to get me in much better shape than I was. And I never followed the 12 to 15 bodybuilding rule. And the other thing I'm saying is, don't just go off what people say. Actually read the studies, right? Like, those studies are readily available, those peer-reviewed studies that everybody's referencing. Go and read them. Like, it's fun to read. Like, okay, how many people were involved? 832 people. What was their routine? That was their routine. What did they eat? How much did they rest? Were they actually pushed to failure, or were they just doing those reps? You know, like stuff like that. So read them for yourself. Come to your own conclusions. I'm not telling you to do it their way or not to do it their way. I'm telling you that my way worked for me. And at the end of the day, you have to make sure your workout's fun. Because if you're doing boring workouts that you don't enjoy, you're way more likely to quit than if you do something you enjoy, and you're actually going to be fitter, stronger, and look better, because you're actually going to stay consistent with it through the years, through the weeks, months, and years, as opposed to doing a boring 12 to 15 workout, go to the gym, and then 6 months in, you're like, this is boring as hell, I don't want to do this anymore, and then you quit. You know, consistency is more important here than sticking to very, very specific, rigid reps and sets. Anyway, guys, today's my new PR that was beat 4 times. I did 150 for 4 sets, and then the last set I did 151. Man, I'm still like on the verge. Oh shoot, my body's not digesting this well after this workout. Sorry guys. We did 601 today, new PR. We also did it on only 4 sets, which is even bigger, incredible PR for me. So on your time off from YouTube, you didn't really work out that much. I didn't work out at all. I mean, I work in construction, Chris, so you got to remember that. So I do move around all day, right? So even if I'm not doing heavy lifting or doing bodyweight fitness or whatever, I am physically active throughout the day in construction. Whether we're doing electrical or framing or cabinetry, I'm on my legs all day. Now, it's true I don't do squats all day, but I mean, my very first week we did squats with you guys, I barely did like 80 squats. So we went from 80 to 150. So my muscle memory is kicking back in, right? So my body did used to do all this. So it's building back up fairly quickly. So do keep that in mind. But no, I didn't actually consistently work out at all. I mean, I did do a workout here and there, like once every few weeks or like once a month, but it wasn't nearly as intense as any of these workouts. And we are on stream 31, so that's how many? We're on our 7th week of doing this 5 days a week. I don't think I'll be streaming on my Russian channel, but I will be posting videos on my Russian channel eventually. So I did promise them I was gonna, and I had my Russian channel is a lot more engaged for some reason, even though I have less subscribers there. Like I posted a video, and within 24 hours, like 120 comments on the video, people asking me what the type of content they want to film. Whereas here, on average, even though I have 100,000 subscribers more on this channel, when I post a video, I get, I don't know, I get like 30, 40 comments. So they seem a lot more engaged. Maybe there's less content creators in Russian, that even though I have less subscribers, they're a lot more engaged with every channel that does post. American market is very saturated with different fitness creators, so I might just get lost in the videos for American viewers. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not too sure. No, Wolfkin, I don't do push-ups with my sister on my back. That's funny. What do I think about milk? I do drink dairy stuff, but I also went dairy free for a few years, and that felt great. I felt less heavy on the daily, overall felt better. Also, I watched a video that said that dairy products were like basically like pushed like propaganda a while back. The Got Milk campaign and just all kinds of dairy campaign. Just like the food pyramid at one point was like heavily pushed, but there hasn't been any significant correlation shown, especially on the more recent studies, between milk consumption and bone density or bone strength. In fact, I think there was a slight negative correlation with people who drank a lot of milk and their bones actually being slightly more brittle in the studies, interestingly enough. But again, I don't follow nutrition that closely, and I don't know like what the final verdict on all this stuff is, but that's some of the stuff I've read in the last few years that I've seen in the studies that was quite interesting to see. But also, I haven't done research on who funded those studies, who paid money to come to those conclusions, all this other stuff. You gotta always watch out for conflict of interest and stuff like that when you read them. Probably OS, yeah. If I kept going for the last 10 years, I think I for sure would be past 1 million. Chris Haria, right? The calisthenics guy. I think he started right after I did, and he has 5.4 million subscribers right now. So I'd probably be at his fitness level right now if I never quit, and probably would have my own movement started and all this other stuff. But oh well, here we are. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate the support and inviting other people to follow on the streams. Very helpful. Yeah, I hope eventually to make money from this so I can do this full time. But right now, I'm definitely not making it. I think right now my estimated revenue for the month is like $130 from the stream, so not much at all. YouTube pays more from posting videos than from streams, so I'm gonna have to start doing that too at some point. I don't remember where we get calcium from. I know that milk was always like pushed as the source of calcium. I think there's certain vegetables that have a lot of calcium in it. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. I'm not too sure, but I think that's where we get it. But I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked into nutrition and all this other stuff. Of course, Wolfkin, I'm happy to be back. And I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. We're at 1 hour and 20 minutes into our stream, which is about 20 minutes longer than usual. But we were beating our record, so I'm not too upset about it. I'm not upset about it at all, actually. So I'll see you guys later. The mosquitoes are biting me. I already killed like 4, and I'm all itching, so I'm going to go. And I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we'll have a good workout tomorrow. Bye. Enjoy your evening. Have some high protein meal or drink, and recover well. Bye-bye.